Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ricky Collins. Welcome to season 1, episode 2 of the Packed House Live podcast. You know, we got a dope guest today. One of the coolest DJs in the world. She know the DJ. One of the coolest radio personalities ever, man. Came from KMOJ when I first met her, 89.9 KMOJ, and man, went to all type of heights, all type of different things, and I'm excited to have her today, man. We got Lisa Moy in the building. Hey, make some noise. Hey. I don't got no sound effects yet. We ain't got no sound effects yet on the show, but we will one of these days. So how you doing, man? How you been?
I've been good. Excuse my voice if it goes in and out. I'm a little under the weather. I got a negative COVID test, but
you had the Omarion. Everybody catching the Omarion variant.
Everybody has it. I don't know what's going on. So my voice is I'm just getting over it. So my voice is in and out. So
wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Yes, I definitely have it always.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I appreciate you coming on and talking to me today and sharing your story, spreading your light. It's gonna be fun. So
yeah.
The first thing I seen, you're actually from Philly. You're not from Minneapolis. And right. I always want to ask somebody from Philly, is the Philly cheesesteaks actually better in Philly than they are everywhere else? Because I had some really good Philly cheesesteaks, like for real. Right. It's a place called Capriotti's. You ever been there?
I've never been there. Nope.
They claim to have the best Philly cheesesteaks in the world. And it's one in Minnesota.
Okay, is it St. Paul?
No, where is it at? It's I forget. I'm gonna send it to you. It's called Capriotti's. They got I'm telling you. So I gotta ask somebody from Philly, are they actually better in Philly?
It is better in Philly. You gotta. It's always better when you get it from where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta try that.
I gotta respect all of the people who try to duplicate the original Philly cheesesteak. I respect it. It's so good. How could you not want to duplicate it? And I've had some really good cheesesteaks in other places, but there's nothing like having a Philly cheese.
A real Philly from Philly.
Yeah, it's just really nothing like it. It's not just about the meat. It's about like the bread. It's about like it's the culture. It's where it's from. It's like it's
the whole vibe about it.
Whole thing.
So where's it? If we go to Philly, because I ain't been to Philly yet, but I'm definitely going at some point. And if I go to Philly, where should we get our cheesesteak from? Where's the best place to go?
A lot of people say Max's. A lot of people say
Max's.
I haven't. I'm a pescatarian, so I haven't had a cheesesteak in a long time. So I'm out of touch.
She healthy. She with the health vibes. I feel
right. But I could. But yeah, I would definitely try like the spots that everybody think is, what I'm saying, is the it spots. But there's always that little corner store. It's always that little,
little mom and pop shop somewhere.
Yeah, mom and pop shops that have the best food. So I definitely would recommend going to like a hole in the wall little place. Mm-hmm.
So how was life growing up out in Philly? I heard it's kind of hood.
Am I from the hood? No, Philly is hood, definitely. Yeah. Philly is definitely hood. I left Philly when I was like 9, though, and moved to Chicago. So growing up in Philly was cool. All my family's in Philly, all my cousins in Philly. Mm-hmm. It was just cool to be around family. I didn't think nothing was different until I moved from Philly to a different place. Then it was like, oh, this is different. Like I was just so used to seeing Black people in Philly. That's all I saw was just Black people. Like I didn't really see nothing else.
Right, exactly.
So when I moved to Chicago, it was like, oh, there's so many different
kinds of people. Exactly.
Yeah, types of people. So growing up in Philly, I just was more so like a little sheltered, very family oriented. A lot of flavor though, definitely a lot of flavor. I love Philly. I I always will definitely, when anybody asks me where I'm from, Philly, I don't care if I left when I was 8 years old. I was born in Philly, raised in Chicago. That's what I tell everybody.
Facts. That's what's up. So where did your love for music come from? That started in Philly, or did that start when you was in Chicago?
Oh, that started in Philly for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like seeing like all my guy cousins rapped, you
Yep.
know, we would just be on the porch, and this is like so crazy because we would be on the porch at like my grandma's house until like early in the morning. I'm young, but we just felt like my parents felt safe, you know, like nothing was going. It was like a family still, so they felt like nothing was going to happen. And I just remember like all like the guys and some females just rapping on my porch, on my grandma's porch, or they grandma's porch, or they grandma's porch. And ciphers really, really big for me growing up. So I just would like to see people just like around each other just going at it. And it was never disrespectful. It didn't lead to nothing like violent. It was just like really people respected each other's craft, and like
that's real.
Really, you could really see who could rap. And if you could rap, you would know that day. And if you couldn't, you would know that day.
And they gonna clown you, especially out there.
For sure. But yeah, so I would say Philly, you know, my dad was really big into music. He wanted to actually be a singer, which I didn't find that out until most recently. Okay. But my dad would play a lot of music in the house. My mom would play a lot of music in the house. My sister was actually a rapper growing up. So I just was around music since I was a little
inception.
Kid.
Yep.
Yeah, really. Yep. So the love of music came from Philly for sure.
So I heard that you low key can sing. Is that true?
I don't know where that rumor came from. You know, I tend to stay in my lane. Okay. You know, I know what's for me and what's not for me. I did sing in a choir growing up. I did sing in a choir.
So you can sing a little bit.
No, just cause you was in the choir, don't mean you can sing.
Be hiding in the back and try to sing low, lip singing and stuff.
I had no choice. My mom put me in that choir. It was like a little small youth choir. It was like 5 of us. It was trying to get more people in the choir. But I love music though. I love singing. I love rapping. I love musical instruments. I love every like form of creativity when it comes to music.
Facts. So you never wanted to be an artist. You never was like, man, I might want to try it out.
You know what? I did, but not a singer. I wanted to rap. For sure. Okay. Like, I feel like in my former life, I was cold with it.
Okay. If you was a rapper, who would you think you would be sort of like as a female MC, no matter what time period?
If I was a rapper, I feel like, so I love Eve. I love Eve.
Go.
I was on Instagram today, and Nicki Minaj has been like putting back, like reminiscing and putting like her favorite performances and stuff. And I'm like, dang, Nicki is cold. Like,
for real.
So cold. So like, I think she is. I think I would be a mixture of like Nicki and Eve and like Foxy or somebody.
That's a raw mixture. That's a real raw mixture right there.
Nobody could handle me if I was a rapper.
Facts. You got that East Coast energy too. You trying to take over everything. I already know.
I probably would be nothing nice. If I was a rapper, I would be nothing nice. Nothing nice.
Facts. So when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? What was the dream?
Man, I wanted to be 2 things, which is so odd. One of the things it's really odd now because I don't like animals like that. But I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Right, my sister did too.
And I wanted to be a ballet dancer.
Okay, dope. Did you end up doing ballet when you were a kid?
No, my mom played me.
Oh man.
No, she played me. She wouldn't. It's so funny. She did put me in ballet. But when I got as an adult, when I first moved to Minnesota, actually, I found a spot that had classes for adults, like modern jazz and ballet for adults. Yep. And I told Mom, I was driving home one day, and I told my mom, I was like, man, Mom, you killed my dream. I'm like, I wanted to be a ballet dancer. And I seen this place. She was like, you know what? You go there, I'll pay for your classes. So she paid for me to take some lessons. So I took some lessons.
Okay.
But that's what I wanted to be when I was a shorty.
What's up. So where did the radio personality thing start to happen, and you started to be like, I actually want to do this and pursue it?
Gosh. So I was thinking about it for a while, and I had moved to Minnesota or whatever.
Yep.
And I was talking to my sister and her then dude at the time, and I was like, it'd be dope if I was on the radio. And it was like, it would be dope if he was on the radio. They didn't really think nothing about it, but I planted the seed. I said it,
How old were you?
Oh gosh. I was 20, early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like super early 20s. And I was like, planted the seed. And then I was working for Sonia Garnett, Kevin Garnett's sister. I was working for her. I was her personal assistant. And I don't know, we was working at this all girls academy. I think Kevin had got traded to Boston, and so she was about to close down, or it was just going to be really slow.
Right.
And so she was still paying me and everything, and I just had so much free time. And I was like, man, like I need to, I got money because I'm getting paid still, but I'm like, I need to do something with my time. So I remember Q Bear used to come to the school all the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
shout out Q Bear, that's a goat right there.
If you don't know Q Bear, there's something wrong with you. For real. Something wrong. So Q Bear used to come to the school and talk to the girls or whatever. So I hit up Q Bear, and Q Bear was like, just come, because I wanted to just volunteer. I didn't even think about volunteering on air or anything like that. I was like, a radio station, that'd be cool. I know KMOJ do a lot for the community. I just want to give my time. I got so much time.
Yep.
So he told me to come up there. So I went up there in like sweatpants and a t-shirt and looking crazy, not going up there to get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
And the general manager at the time, Kelvin Quarles, came at me and was like, you came up here for some tickets? And I was like, no. He was like, what you come up here for? And I was like, I came up here to volunteer. He thought I was way younger than what I was. He thought I was like a teenager. He thought I was like 13 or something.
Right.
And so he was like, what you mean? And I was like, I want to volunteer. I know that you guys do a lot for the community and I got time. And so he took me back in his office. And by the time I left his office, he had offered me a job.
Wow.
To be a radio personality because he liked my personality.
That's dope, man. That's a cold story. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's how it started.
That's super dope. So you were at KMOJ for how long?
I was at KMOJ for 7 years.
Jeez. Shout out to KMOJ, man. Dun, 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 dun. I need my horns, man. Real North Side, man. I'm from the North Side, so that's near and dear to my heart. They the first people that played me on the radio, first interview. Yes. T. Moore was my manager. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's funny. I remember that. I don't think we initially met then, but I do remember T. Moore managing you.
Yep,
I do.
Yep. And we go way back.
T. Moore is super dope. That's my girl.
Man, Northside legend for real.
Yeah.
So how did you go over, get the job, or tell us a story about Go 95? How'd you get over at Go 95 with Mr. Peter Parker and all those guys?
Yes, let me tell you, I'm so much. I really, I'm a big believer in manifestation and writing stuff down. Yep. And I knew that Go was a thing. And I was like, I want to work there. I'm going to work there. I'm going to work there. And at the time I wasn't doing radio. I had quit at KMOJ because I was feeling stagnant and I was feeling not fulfilled and I was feeling complacent and I was feeling like I wasn't being pushed. Yep. And so I had to make a decision. Either you gonna keep staying at this station and just stay doing what you're doing and it'd be cool. You're on a radio station, you'd be cool, but you're not pushing yourself, you're not growing, or you leave. And so I made that decision and I left. Yep. And I was sick. I was cool. At first I was cool. but I didn't really realize how much I had took it for granted either. And I didn't really realize how much of a passion that I did have for it until I had that break. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I went on their website, looked at the qualifications of what they needed. It looked like a different language. Wow. I'm like, what is like this I've never worked with this equipment.
Yeah.
I don't have like with the qualifications that they're listing on here or their personalities. I'm like, oh my God. So what I did was I printed the paper off, and I always keep a notebook. And it's dated, and I still have it to this day. It's dated. And I went on YouTube and I just kind of like went down the list of like the different things that they was like
everything.
It wasn't even just to learn it. It was just to kind of see it, just to kind of see what it was. And I was just like, how am I gonna do it? So I put it in my notebook. I put the little paper in my notebook. I wrote it on. I had a chalkboard wall in my old apartment in St. Paul, downtown St. Paul. And I wrote it on my wall. I will be a radio personality at Soul 95.3. Left it alone, right?
Wow.
And left it alone. And then Ben from 96.3, which was the modern alternative station, he hit me up and wanted to know if I would want to be a part of their morning show. And I was like, I meet with him. So I met with him, and he was cool. And I gave him my air check, and I met with the program director over there at that time, and that was cool. And when I was meeting with the program director at the time, Peter Parker walked past, up and did his thing. I was like, hi, I'm here.
She said, I'm in here.
Back. I'm like, okay. And it was beautiful. Like the facility was beautiful. It was just like the creme de la creme. It was like the best of the best. I was like, I'm going to be here. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be here. This is where I need to be.
Exactly.
That fell through. They actually hired a girl named Giselle who was a better fit for them, and she worked for them with some years or whatever. Didn't think nothing about it again. Peter Parker put up a post and was like, I need a radio personality. People tagging me. Wow. And then I was like, you know what? Cool. I hit up Pete. I inboxed him, nothing. Inboxed him, nothing. Then I hit him up on his email, nothing. Then I hit up the general manager, and me and him was playing email tag basically for a minute. And he was like, I'm so busy. I'm sorry I can't get to your emails in a good enough amount of time, but I'm just so busy. And I remember sending him an email, and I was checking my emails like every single day, every hour. And for some reason, I don't know what, I didn't check my email for like 2-3 days or something crazy like that.
Right.
He had emailed me to schedule like a meeting.
Wow.
And I was like, oh no, like I dropped the ball. What? So I hit him up and I was like, I'm ready or whatever. And then it took him a minute, and then he finally hit me back up. And then we scheduled a meeting.
Man.
And then boom.
The rest is history.
And I even meet with him. I met with Peter Parker because he was in New York. The boss at the time was in New York, flying back. He didn't tell me that. And so when I got there, Hollywood Hot Rod was like, who you here to see? And I was like, Sam, I'm Sam Elliott or whatever. And he was like, he ain't here. And I was like, no, this is what the calendar say.
Right.
This is what at the time, like I'm here early.
Right.
Like what you mean? He was like, well,
let me in.
Let me holler at Pete. So that he spoke to Peter Parker, and he was like, well, Pete will talk to you. So me and Peter Parker chopped it up for like 3 hours.
Wow.
And which was the interview, which I didn't know was the interview. We was just chopping it up. He was telling me his story. I was telling him my story. And then Sam comes in, and he's like, oh, hey, Lisa, I'm so sorry. I'll meet with you. He was like, she'll go for me. Like, I want to hire her.
That's
and then I talked to Sam, and Sam was like, well, he's vouching for you, and this is my right-hand man, so you have any questions? And I was like, yeah, when do I start? And he was like, I like that. He's like, you're going to start today. And I started that day.
Wow. That is a crazy story, man. Congratulations. Everybody is watching this, man. That's called perseverance. That's called persistence. That's
That was.
called, if you want it, go get it. Don't
Yeah.
wait, man. Don't wait on nothing. Go get it, man. Don't care about looking thirsty. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
People be scared.
No,
I applied for.
I can testify to that. It's been time. It's been times where I was like, oh, I don't want to look thirsty. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh,
Who
I don't.
cares?
But you know what? It's those times where you gotta kind of like,
Be
if
in their
this what you
face.
want,
You got to make it known that you exist.
yeah, if this is what you want.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, only thing they can do is say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they can do.
Exactly. If they say no, you in the same, spot you was in. They say yes, it's a whole nother level. I love hearing stories like that because you got to do that to be successful. Like people think they try once, like, oh, I tried, it didn't work. Oh man, woe is me.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta. If you really want it, you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep knocking on the door until somebody answers. And
Yeah,
and if you ain't got that type of spirit, it's gonna be tough for you for real.
that's a
So
fact.
I feel like this story came out, but I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So what happened at Go 95? Did COVID just take it down, or what was the situation that
Man.
made them close?
So it was a lot of different things. Yeah, COVID, but before COVID happened, there was some talks about the station being sold too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for
So
sure.
it was a lot of that. The owners were feeling like that they didn't want to, put the money behind Go like they were doing, and
Right.
but Go was creating its own revenue. Like we was throwing parties and we was doing
Concerts was
Go
booming.
shows,
Man,
concerts,
we need that.
getting those big, yeah, getting those big sponsorships like McDonald's
Yep.
and Audi and all that stuff. So
So
it was holding its own. Like
for sure.
anything, gotta get legs, right? So
Yep.
it was gaining its legs,
Mhm.
and I think the owners at the time just really didn't want to invest any more than what they had invested. So that
Right.
that was the first time that I heard some rumblings about it being sold.
Mhm.
And then when COVID happened, I think it just, they let go of the part-time people. I was a part-time person. So they let go of us before they even went away. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Mhm.
they try to kind of save it or whatever, but it was just funding, the funding wasn't there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It be like that, man. It's business at the end of the day. But for
Mhm.
Minnesota, that was a hard hit for us. We was out of we had KMOJ. We always got KMOJ, but they got
Absolutely.
their own faults as well. But
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
we need that energy here, and it was while it was here, it was legendary, and we're gonna get it back, and you're gonna be back on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to be. So
Yeah, my everybody's asking me about that too. Like, what about being on the radio? And it's like, man, here it would have to be a really crazy opportunity.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
there's no
Like,
real, there ain't no
uh,
real big opportunities yet here, unless
and
it's a
again,
podcast or something.
yeah, and I would just start my own. But
Yep.
like, no, this on KMOJ, but I just don't. I'm not a. I don't go backwards.
Yep.
You
No,
know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
And
Yep.
not saying that what they're doing is, I'm above it or none of that. It's just that's where it's like that's high school. Do you go to college? Do you go to
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You don't go back to high school. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
right.
You
I
don't do
feel you.
that. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back only because it's just I'm ready for the next.
Yep.
Always ready for the next.
I feel you. So listen, so this life we live have a lot of up and downs and twists and turns. And I just I love hearing stories about, a time that you was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this stuff no more.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
being life in general, but like
Oh yeah, no, I've never felt that way.
no, more so like, being a radio personality or just being a creative in general, you know what I'm saying? It gets tough. It gets real difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to hear like, an example of a time where, you wanted to give up but you decided, that you're going to keep going and keep pushing it and walking in your destiny.
Oh man, when I first started at KMOJ, man, I got a lot of, oh, she's too young. Like a lot of people really thought I was way younger than
Right.
what I was. And I think it's because of my voice
Mhm.
and just I just have a youthful personality.
Yep.
And so we would get calls, and we would get my general manager at the time would get like emails and mail about me being too young talking about the topics we were talking about. And oh my God, her voice sounds like Mickey Mouse. And
Oh my
I
God.
got a lot of crazy criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that was a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, I thought, you see the Wendy Williams and the Angie Martinez's and all them, and if you don't know their story for real,
mm-hmm.
you don't see that part or hear that part. You just see them on the radio. You see them successful, and you see them looking like they're having a good time. But so you just think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's so much more. It's political.
Sure.
It's definitely competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know all of that until I knew all of that. You know what I'm saying? So there were times where I would be like, well, I don't know. I don't know how to change my voice. Like, one of my program directors came to me and was like, you know how you sound when you first wake up? And I'm like, yeah, my voice is a little deeper. She was like, keep that sound. And I was really trying to figure out how to keep that sound. Like, I'm sorry, my voice is hoarse again. Like I said, I got a little cold, but I was really trying to like change up my voice and change up my tone. Mm-hmm. And it didn't sound right. Like, I sounded stupid. I sounded like somebody who was trying to sound like somebody else.
Right, exactly.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. My program director is telling me
to change
this is what voice. I need to do. I need to change my voice. Mm. And I just couldn't do it. And I just was like, well, if I can't do it, then I guess I'm gonna lose this job. And I didn't lose the job. That's just what she wanted. Everybody else liked it. There was other people who liked it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had even though I had people saying, oh, she sounds like a little girl, or, her voice is squeaky. I had other people like, oh my God, your voice is so positive. I love hearing your voice. Yep. So for all those bad, I had 10 good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I just kind of like, I talked to my mom about it. I'm a praying type of person, a relationship with God. And I just was like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do? And then eventually she recognized and basically gave me my props at the end of the day. And I'm glad I didn't like feed into her what she thought I should be or what she thought I should sound like to make me more successful.
And that's a tough thing in the entertainment industry in general. A lot of these, gatekeepers or whatever the case is, they try to tell us, what you're supposed to be or how you should be. And the best thing to always be is yourself. and that's what, if yourself ain't good enough, then that's one thing. But trying to teach, not even teach, but trying to change people from who they are to fit this narrative that you want to, it's just, that's not where it's at, man. So y'all out there listening, don't change yourself to conform. Yeah, sometimes you gotta adapt to your situations, but you gotta find a way to always be yourself and get great at that. I feel like it's easy to fake like somebody else. It's low key hard to just be yourself and be secure in that.
Yeah, it is hard to be yourself and really put yourself out there because you're getting criticized. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself out there to be criticized and for people to have an opinion on you, your authentic self. So it can be difficult, but like you're you for a reason. Like you are only you. Is only one Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Like only one Lisa Moy. Like there's no one else that's you, and so you should own that, and you should and be the best you can be, and embrace growing and embrace criticism.
Exactly.
But don't change your core.
Exactly. So I got one more question for you. I'm gonna let you get up out of here, man. So you've done so much so far. So many different things. Also designing clothes. We didn't really touch on that, but you designed some dope clothes. What was it called again?
God Save the Sauce.
Say it one time.
God Save the Sauce.
God Save the Sauce. Lit.
Yep.
How did you lit? I loved it. So what can we expect from it's not we good? Okay, sorry. All right, so what can we expect from Lisa Moy in 2022?
Man, I'm gonna do. So I wrote a book. I'm editing it right now.
Okay.
I'm getting my office bag. You feel me?
Yep,
I've been a writer since I was a kid. I wrote short stories, poetry, all that since I was a shorty. So really getting into being an author and writing my first book.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's one of my very, very top goals. Very vulnerable book too. It's about an experience that happened to me that a lot of people would be very surprised about.
Okay, wow.
But yeah, so that's number one off the list, is getting that out there. And then just really getting it more into like community work and serving and nonprofit work and
that's what's up.
Doing that type of stuff and voiceovers, acting.
Yep, using that voice.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do in 2022.
That's what's up. I seen you were doing something with the links.
Yeah, so I'm the in-arena host for the Links.
Man, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
You gonna be doing that during the next year too?
So you gotta come to a game and hear me.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, any advice? I always like this too. Any advice? Any words that you want to leave the audience? Going into this new year, it's we always talking about new year, new me. Everybody, ready to turn up, got all this energy, and then we're gonna run into a lot of obstacles that we can't see right now in this year.
Yeah.
So, what encouraging words or what you got to say to the people?
I would say for me, my foundation is in God. That's my roots. That's my foundation. So regardless of a pandemic, a COVID, a virus, a loss, job, employment, anything taken away from me or even gained, you know what I'm saying? Foundation is God. So I hope that everybody has some power that's bigger than themselves, that they can rely on. I say God, but I'm not gonna put whatever belief you believe in, that's fine. But just believe in something higher than yourself. 100%. Love on people, man. Love on your people. Be true to yourself. Keep going, even if doors close in your face. Go through the window.
Back door.
Believe in yourself. It's only one you. And you could do it if you really want to do it. Put the work in. It's not gonna be easy. Not gonna be handed to you. There are situations where things might be easier for people, but anything that's given to you easily, you don't really value it. So when you work hard for something, you value it a little bit more. So put in that work. Put in
that work. We're gonna end it like that, man. Thank you so much for coming on here and spending time with us on the Packed House Live podcast, season 1. Man, legendary. Lisa Moy, man, appreciate you, man. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. So yeah, man, we got Lisa Moy, super dope. That was a great interview. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all stay tuned and to all the new interviews that we're coming out with. We just getting started. Minnesota is lit. You already know, man. Y'all have a great night. It's your boy Ricky Collins, Ricky the CEO, Packed House Live CEO. Let's get it.